Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I want to talk about how I went from American college to an Irish med school. So first, just to introduce myself, I'm currently a student at Boston University. I'm a dual degree student. I finished my undergrad last year and I'm currently getting a Master of Public Health degree. My major was human physiology. It's a pre-med major and I started taking my public health classes in junior year. I started studying for the MCAT April 2020 and I took it September 2020, so I didn't have time to apply to medical schools in the US. And then more about me, I'm an international student. I was born and raised in China. I currently go to school in the US and I've also studied and worked in Geneva, Switzerland. So I would say I have a pretty international background, which is also why I want to continue it in Ireland. A lot of people were saying I'm only going to Ireland because I can't get into medical school. I didn't even apply, and like I said, I have a pretty international education background. I've studied in 3 different continents and I really enjoy it. I want to continue it. To me, going to medical school, it's important, but the cultural experience is also important. So yeah, that's also why I chose Ireland. How did I choose Ireland? Like I said, I have a pretty international education background, so I started thinking about going to an international medical program in sophomore year. I just looked up international medical programs. There are a lot of articles, but from my research, my options were Ireland, Caribbean, Australia, and the UK. So first, Caribbean. I didn't choose Caribbean schools because I've always lived in big cities and I really like that. I have to live in a big city. I can't even drive, so I just can't imagine myself going to school in the Caribbean. And then Australia was also an option, but the problem is they're great if you want to stay in Australia and practice in Australia. But to me, I want to have more options, and I heard that Australian med schools don't really provide you with the resources or the opportunities to go back to your country or wherever you want to practice. So that's why I didn't choose Australia. And then the UK, the problem with UK is that their medical school starts right after high school. I didn't want to be an undergrad again. Another problem with med schools in Australia and the UK is that they don't have a lot of North American students. So if you want to come back to the US, it might be hard and you might be the only person doing that. Ireland, on the other hand, has a lot of North American students, so you will have other people going through the matching process with you. Another reason is because there are so many North American students, Irish schools tend to provide more resources for North American students. So I don't know about other schools, but for the school I'm going to, we have international electives, so you can gain clinical experience in the US, and that's definitely gonna help matching back to the US. So next, I want to talk about my application process. So even though I'm not North American, I'm still considered a North American student just because I go to college in the US. So for all North American students, you have to apply through this website called Atlantic Bridge. So you go to a website, you create an account, and you fill out a form. The form includes first your personal information, like your ID, where you live, your age, all that, and then your education background, so what degree you have, what exams you've taken, and then lastly, you choose which programs you want to apply to. So there are 7 programs in Ireland, but not all 7 of them are in Ireland. Only 6 of them are actually in Ireland, so I applied to all 6 of those. So after a day or 2, you're gonna hear back and they're gonna send you a list of supplemental documents you need to submit, and they will also tell you which programs you will be applying to. So basically you get to choose the schools, but you don't get to choose the programs. There are 4-year program, 5-year, and 6-year. So basically 6-year programs are for people who don't have any college education, so people graduated from high school. 5-year program is for people who have some sort of college education, maybe some pre-med classes, but maybe not all of them. And then 4-year is for people like me who already have a pre-med degree, or people who have taken pre-med classes. And I think you might also need a MCAT score. So the schools and the programs I ended up applying to are 5-year program at Trinity College, 4-year program at University College Dublin, UCD, and then 4-year program at University College Cork, UCC, 4-year program at RCSI, Royal College of Surgeons, Ireland, UL, University of Limerick, I believe, it's also a 4-year program, and then lastly National University of Ireland, Galway, which is a 5-year program. So yeah, let's go over the documents I had to submit. So first, my resume, my personal statement, letter of recommendation. I submitted 3, but I believe you only need 2, or you have to have 2 at least. Your MCAT score, your transcript, and then Word document of classes you're taking. So the way you submit these documents is through email, so you don't have to submit all of them at the same time. You can gradually update your profile, and then once you have everything, your application will be completed. So I submitted my last 2 documents, which are my resume and my personal statement, on January 1st, 2021, and I heard back February 3rd, 2021. So on February 3rd, 2021, I got an email asking me to confirm my interview invitation. I hadn't heard anything before that. I got an interview with University College Dublin, UCD, and it was scheduled 2 weeks after. So in mid-February, I had my interview. I've mentioned this in my Q&A video, but the interview was really chill. It was about 15 minutes. Towards the end of the interview, the person who interviewed me told me, your application looks good, we will be sending you an offer, and we hope to see you in Dublin. So yeah, that's how I got my first offer. So I got my offer, I believe, beginning of March, and then I only had 2 weeks to decide. I hadn't heard back from other schools, and I still haven't. I've talked to some current students, some UCD alumni, and I eventually decided to accept. So the reasons I decided to accept the offer from UCD, first, like I mentioned, I like living in big cities. I can't imagine not living in big city. So I really wanted to be in Dublin or somewhere near Dublin. So that narrowed it down to Trinity College, RCSI, and UCD. For Trinity College, they have great medical programs, but their programs are 5 years. You have to start from undergrad, and I didn't really want to do that. And then between RCSI and UCD, RCSI, it's a great smaller medical school. They don't have other majors or other areas of study, but UCD, on the other hand, is a big university that has School of Medicine and other programs. Another thing is UCD is the biggest international school in Ireland, and like I said, I'm very international. I mean, RCSI is still great, but they didn't give me an offer. So yeah, that's all I have for today. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions. I already have a Q&A video answering some of the questions I got on TikTok about studying medicine outside the US. Make sure to check it out if you haven't. I post a lot on my TikTok and Instagram about going to medical school in Ireland, so you should definitely go follow me there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye!